There we go. So, yeah. This is going to be the first, and I've called it Talking the Tale, Blunders in the Tundras, episode 1. Because I did actually like that rose of yours. It was a cool idea.
Blunders.
Hell yeah.
I was nearly about to say, you're welcome.
But no, so basically we're going to use this as a chance just to catch up with everything and give people more like of a summary episode. I think it's going to be, like I said, I think it's going to be good for us just to be able to remember and go through and, like, you'll probably remember some shit. Like, I bet there's shit I don't remember that's going to happen. But, I still do like the way, because we started on session 0, because although that was meant to technically be just a introductory episode, I think it kind of turned into its own thing, didn't it? Bless you.
Yep. Thank you.
Because you were in Skjalfa at the Warrior's Den, and you all received letters. But bearing in mind as well, for clarification, Adam, you was not Boomer at the time.
No, I wasn't.
You was a greasy little warlock by the name of Theon. And we also had 2 other characters that aren't in, from other players that aren't playing at the minute. And that was Layla and
Bard, was it?
Varg, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Someone dropped connection and it's ruined all of my text.
Oh, no.
We'll go back in a sec when the person rejoins.
Who?
Take 2.
No. I'm keeping
To be
it.
fair,
I'm keeping it.
to be fair, it doesn't really matter because it looks like it's Punch Monkey that's left, and he wasn't necessary for the first half.
No,
so,
he didn't come in till like episode 4, maybe.
6, I believe.
Something like that. But yeah, you all received letters. Bear in mind, the only people that knew each other as well was Cass and Evan at the time, and no one knew each other. And it was a case of, we've got an opportunity for you. What happens in the next few moments, just go with it. And who wants to explain all that bullshittery?
Got shafted.
We did. So, I mean, the set of guards came in, pointed out each person individually, and said, "Right, you lot, come with us. You're under arrest."
Yeah, because they'd had got wanted flyers for you after you had attempted to kill Lord Hassenbach.
Well, that's it. At that time, though, we didn't know what was going on. We only know to go with what was ever happening. I think most of us kind of, like, surrendered. I think the only person who didn't was Theon.
No,
And he-
put up quite a pie.
no, I think it was Varg, wasn't it?
No,
No, most of
it
us.
was Theon.
The only
Was it
person who
Theon?
didn't was Theon.
Theon cleared
Yeah.
up a lot of stuff. Everyone else kind of just went with. Cass did try and legally argue her way out of it,
Yeah.
Look,
to which
Cass has big Karen energy.
oh,
Cass has Karen energy.
you argued the hell out of it, and they didn't give a fuck about the law at that point. It was you were under arrest, and off you go.
But they didn't have a warrant or anything. Like, we were just...
Yeah,
No, they had wanted flyers.
that doesn't count. That doesn't constitute a warrant. That's just somebody written on a piece of paper saying, "We want this person is wanted."
Hey.
Evan could literally go and do that. He could go and say, "This person with a gem floating around the red, wanted for 10,000 gold. I don't have the 10,000 gold."
It's fair. But these were guards. These were not Joe Blogs. But either way, you were...
No, doesn't matter.
No. But you were all arrested. A bit pissy. You were all put in the same cell.
So,
And kind of give you guys a what the fuck and like introductory moments were had. And it was on the same night. I'm actually pulling up my session notes just to actually...
Oh, I remember what we were suggesting to do as a distraction.
Oh.
This is
Shit, yeah. You were you were suggesting an impromptu orgy or something? to do.
Oh yeah.
Suggested that.
Oh fuck me! I actually remember that. Oh god.
Leon was up for that.
Yeah, but that was. That came up as an idea. There was also the idea to paladins brawl to try and distract the
Oh
guard.
yeah, you two were gonna beat the shit out of each other.
It ended up we managed to. Stephanie was able to get some lockpicks together, and just as the
Oh, we unlocked the door, but we still brought them in by somebody
Yeah.
punching. I think you two still punched each other. The two paladins did, which then
Oh, no.
drew the guard into it, and we were knocking him out at the time when
no,
Kravala came down the stairs.
we never did that though.
I
That's
don't
the thing,
think
is
you
the
actually
guards left us
started
alone.
fighting. I think you were discussing it, but I don't think it actually
We
happened.
discussed it. We
Yeah,
never.
because I
we never-
broke it, didn't I? I got the keys
Yeah.
and broke it. Well,
Yeah, you
You
unlocked the
you
door.
unlocked the cage, but you left it shut too.
I think
Yeah.
you're right. We were seconds away from doing that when Kravala came down the stairs. I think it was.
Yeah.
We were waiting for the guard to come back on his patrol route to do
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
And
Because the two guards that were with us have been doing the patrols. Just as we
Yeah.
were setting up to go to like launch an attack, the guards suddenly got pulled away. Like there was a disturbance upstairs, so they both left us. We decided to, decided to keep the door shut to see what happened. Kravala came down.
Was
and
going to unlock the door for you, but was kind of
well,
like,
we just
oh okay.
we just pulled the door open the second she got there. And it's like, oh.
And
She
she-
helped us back upstairs.
Get your
We
equipment
got all of our
back,
Stuff.
and-
We jammed one of the doors shut while on our escape.
You did, yeah. You essentially stuck something in the lock and then broke it off to seal it. And with her guidance, you got out of the
Got out.
town and into the forest, into the den of what we now know, well, what you guys now know as the Crimson Fangs, which was a bandit group operating in the area, and they were the ones that had set you guys up. Basically trying to use that as leverage of you're wanted criminals. We can help make that go away. Do a job if you do a job for us, sort of thing. Which
And I remember we all went, excuse me, 1 second. What?
it was literally. I was proud of that because like that was the quickest. Like everyone like gone and bonded and just went, nah, fuck you.
Yeah. We didn't. That's the thing though. Is
Sure.
we,
was you expecting that, Danny?
No, I actually expected you guys to do the job.
oh no, we all
Yeah.
we.
I
not
fully
only did we
expected you to do the job and then try and maybe like betray him, like and like fuck up the mission and get some of them arrested or something. That was my thought.
No.
No
We were
chance
like,
of that. We were like,
people like
you're trying to screw
put a
us over.
warrant on us or wanted.
But
Didn't
yeah,
they insinuate that we'd killed someone or tried to kill someone or
Yeah, tried to
kidnap someone?
assassinate that lord.
Lord Hassenbach, yeah, which wasn't the lord that like run the town. That's a clan, but it's like a lord that has taken up residence in Skelfi, yeah. And
And we
basically
were just like,
they'd purposefully botched an assassination attempt and framed you guys. And the plan was to get you guys to heist the caravan that was full of goods that were going
Heading up
tribute
the
to,
idol mall.
yeah, as tribute to the ruling clan. And your reward was going to be your freedom and some of the stuff from inside it. Which
I just,
Instead we called him on his bullshit all the way down to absolutely everything.
yeah, because the leader was Hagar and the girl that had released you guys was his niece.
that was it. And I remember there was a bit where we were all standing in this tent, and I think it was Cass, Evan, and Varg at the front, and we were just yelling at this guy like, I can't believe you've done this to us. How could you? Like, that's really messed up. No, we will not do your thing. Shut up.
I can't
We
remember.
just
I can't remember how
rebelled.
combat actually started. Because obviously a
no.
fight ended up happening, and you guys ended up slaughtering them all.
We started to get ready for the fight.
But then
we
the
ended
session
up-
ended, didn't it?
No, we went to start the fight. Session ended. Next session, he cut his way out of the side of the tent because
That was it.
he rolled first on the initiative.
Yeah, and he basically grabbed some paperwork off the desk, and then used his action to attack the tent and basically cut a hole in it and jumped out.
If I remember
then-
correctly, Deer chased after him, didn't he?
Yeah. 'Cause-
No.
No, that wasn't straight away.
That was Kavala that
Was it
Deer
Kavala?
chased after.
Oh yeah.
After I would like to point out, that was the moment where good old Deer threw a nice knife when he said he was going to set the tents on fire. That happened right that first. Yeah.
Because you guys were in the tent, and he basically went out the side, went round the front to where all these guys were, and
No, he went out the back, went towards the back, towards the forest. Everyone
Yeah,
else was in the
it
tent
fell
at the camp.
then.
yeah, and you killed like 3 or 4 of the 30-odd bandits, as well as Hagar. Kravala took off into the forest. A number of the other ones surrendered. Kravala
But as she
was
took off into the forest, we
Yeah.
stopped her, didn't we? As we killed off everyone else and got the rest of them.
she
to-
was eventually felt like knocked unconscious through damage, and then brought back. And by Varg, she was given the ultimatum of like, you can come and join us, or you can join like the rest of them, i.e., killing them. But to be fair, you didn't actually kill the captives anyway.
No.
It was you, Evan.
Made them surrender.
You gave them the chance to like start a better life.
Start
and-
anew and do everything
Yeah.
properly.
Oh, yeah, by the way, we're in session 1 now, just for continuity reasons, for anybody that might be watching. Yeah.
Well, the
Just
thing
see, I
is,
did
it's
warn
kind
you
it's
not.
kind of mushy anyway because of the pre-stream
Yeah.
sessions anyway.
Yeah, 0, 1, 2, and
3.
0, 1, and
I know
2.
3 was where we started, so you had 0, 1,
3 is
2.
when we started. So
We're-
0, 1, and 2 were
we've-
all.
0 was up until the point you guys got to the bandit camp.
Yeah.
They were at 1, which was the fight and setting them free. A couple went to Colossal Taiga, a number went to Fjordamore and Brumbiden. The majority went to Skelfa, because obviously that was the town right next to it.
Yep.
Kravala ended up with you guys.
When
Basically under
everyone-
Varg's watch for the most part.
that everyone out of character had declared, we get the chance, we kill this girl. And
Yeah.
then in character, everyone then decided to try and recruit her, whilst I watched over the 15, 20 bandits. I solo watched over whilst everyone crowded round this, 15-year-old girl? 15, 16?
17. Yeah, she was 17.
The 17-year-old girl, and tried to appeal to her better nature or intimidate her into following us. And then it's like, surely you've got some better family. It's like, oh no, you murdered the only family I've got.
Yeah, because she
And we just
basically...
went, fine,
yeah.
you're our responsibility now.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
that
I
was
mean,
funny. You guys were so dead set on getting rid of her, and then ended up adopting her. It was-
Well, no, I will point out that out of character, yeah, we all thought, but at the end of the day, you are playing a character. And I mean, Cass was still suspicious of her right up until the end when she left. Like, you can't say that. It's difficult, isn't it, sometimes, to be in character when you know clearly that you want to get rid of this character. Would you? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's weird.
That's the thing though, is you lot ganged up on Kravala for longest time, and everybody said, like, you are coming with us, we don't trust you, you are coming with us, whatever action you do, we will permanently judge you for it. And I was the only person just going like, yeah, if she comes with, she's fine, I can trust her with that.
I
Yeah.
will point out that it started off that I think it was meant to be, because I started it off by trying to appeal to her better nature, and then it was like we all crowded round her after
You
that
did.
point, and I think even like Layla was hugging her, Varg was kicking off at her, Persephone got involved at one point, and we were all like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I backed away at that point, but I
But
think it was, yeah, we adopted her.
eventually, yeah, Kravala was adopted. Bandits were de-armed and sent in various ways. You purposely made them leave things like tents and stuff because you wanted to show signs of a bandit group, because you were going to
The
take...
rations were provided.
Yeah, you were going to take Hagar's body as proof of we've back to town. Like, these guys fucked us over, because you had these paperwork as well, which showed some of the evidence.
Yeah.
And basically, like, we didn't do it. It was these dickheads framing us. Also, we just killed a big group of bandits for you. Like, that, you're welcome.
Salad. It's on fire.
Yeah, you because there were some of them started to take tents, and like you were like, no, leave them.
No. Yeah. It's like, there's massive holes in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you ended up going back to town. You were rewarded, sort of, with a job.
Essentially, we got the other end of the job that we were thinking, because ended up getting assigned to escort the same caravan that
That you were meant to be attacking.
rob.
Yeah, no, exactly that. Which was being heralded by Dumont, the merchant, who Cass found out was a follower of Tomorrow, for those that give a shit. And the plan was to go from...
Okay.
Oh, no, I know. Pepperidge Farm remembers. But yeah, you guys were to go north, which would have took about 4 or 5 days.
Well, I remember this. This was the travelling with Joseph and the guy who's not telling us about the dangers on the route.
That's Dumont.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you guys were to go to the next town up.
This place through a very dangerous area, but I'm not going to tell you it's dangerous or any of the dangers.
Yeah, but you guys were to go. You guys were to go to Fjordamore, which is where the major ruling clan, which is the Skjarls, because in Skjalfa it's the Linker clan, which are now known as the Linker Skjarls, and you were going to Fjordamore to the Skjarls to basically hand over the tribute, which is each of the towns they control that isn't theirs directly, sending stuff to, like, you know, as you would expect, like good stuff.
Feudalism in action.
Yeah. But yeah, you went on this trip. I believe you were offered... Hang on, I'm just pulling up the notes, because I'm trying to keep up with the note-taking, because this is on session 2 now, which is you guys travelling. I don't have the notes of how much you guys were offered as a rule, but I think it was like about 500 gold, I want to say.
Something like that, probably.
Yeah.
To escort... You were,
I think it was 300. It wasn't a lot.
It wasn't...
Got, like,
yeah, it wasn't much, because you guys were like level... You guys are still level 1 at this point.
No, 2. You'd leveled us up to 2.
Oh, did I? Ah. See? This is why I have you guys, to remind me. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, you'd put us through that big fight. And then it was like, right, you can level up. And it was like, because it was about 3 or 4 days before we left. Because this was at the time where there was going to be a lot longer before we could level up.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we had to do training. I remember.
So that's changed around a little bit.
Yeah.
And we had about 3 days in town. Then we headed off into session 2,
which was the actual travel. Yeah. Which about halfway through. Actually, no, it was about 3/4 of the way through. Was when Dumont started getting a bit of a twinge in his knee, and warned you guys of whatever happens, don't move, react, just let it happen. And what you later found out it was a not consecrated, desecrated area from an old fight between 2 clans. Being the Skjarls was one of them, and the original clan leaders of the northern section was the Gorvants, which basically this area was where the last of the Gorvants were wiped out and massacred, and what was summoning each period was will-o-wisps, which basically reenacted that fight, with them disappearing and forming and like bouncing into each other as if they were fighting.
Oh, I remember as well on the route, on the travel before this point. I think Cass had ended up talking to a few people trying to get backstory info.
Yeah.
Evan had spoken with Dia and tried to talk to him about battle tactics and find out what had gone on with race and everything. And this is the same time as well, because I think it was during a watch where Cass and Evan saw the thing heading towards Theon and vanishing inside his chest and coming back out again.
Yes.
Yeah, because I went for a little job done.
You started
There was this,
noticing
like, little-
signs of his patron at the time.
Yeah, the little light thing.
Holy
Oh, right,
light.
it's all coming back to me now.
Yeah, man. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It seemed nice I went to the job.
yeah, because basically, we can talk about it because his character, obviously, you'll find out in a reason. But yeah, your patron got in contact with you and basically gave you the directions of where another campsite was, and you were ordered to go and sacrifice their lives to give the souls to the patron. In essence,
Do it!
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, literally, it was a case of, there's 2 people over there. Go and slaughter them for me. And he did. Which that was some of the things that started kicking his head into a bit of a shit mode.
Yeah.
I thought Theon was a decent guy. That has kind of changed my opinion. How many people were in that camp? How
2.
many lives did Theon slaughter?
It was only 2.
By the sounds of it.
Yeah, it was 2. It was hardly like a full campsite, but you know, it was still people.
I'm sorry, is everyone else okay with this? Or is it just me that's a little bit upset about it?
Yeah, but you don't know this, remember?
He was a
No,
warlock.
I don't know this. I do.
You do know.
But yeah, yeah.
It's the same as it happened otherwise. Yeah, well, shit's happened to other people now, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, basically those 2 people got killed to feed the lust of the
Awful.
patron, yeah.
Legitimately awful. I'm so disappointed in you, Adam. Like, so disappointed.
I, on the
Wow.
other hand, approve of your deviousness. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, bravo, Danny, bravo. But as a fellow player, what the hell? Like, really?
What the hell, bro?
Yeah. 25 having second.
But yeah, that like because
Right.
the thing is, the like whereas with like other fiendish patrons where they're kind of like milk toast evil, no, the patron that he got was pretty fucking nasty. But yeah, so but no, back to the battlefield. One guard didn't follow the advice of Demont, which you now know as Joseph. Well, you did at the time, but none of you really remembered because it was just a throwaway guard to your characters. He started flapping and panicking, and
then got lightning bolted.
yeah, by the wisps, and was killed at the side of the road. You buried him and give him what rights you could, given it was the side of a fucking road.
Before an argument with Persephone, where she wanted to strip the body, and all of us holy folk were like, nope, 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 nope.
Oh shit, yeah.
Stripping it was so for ease of movement and to put the stuff away so it's nice and safe. And
You
everyone
wanted
went.
to find shit. Don't.
No, I did not. I
You know
said,
what? You know what would have been
"Let's strip
funny?
the body. I'm a little tiny character. I ain't gonna pick a body up easy.
You know what would have been
You
funny?
had two big burly paladins there who were about to do that, so.
Yeah, but imagine
Yeah,
if
but I was by the body.
imagine if you had looted him though, given now what you know, because he came back. Well, that would have been bad.
Or would it? He might have said, "Thank you for taking that rubbish gear off me and helping look after my body."
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
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 No one buys that, so stop trying to
Silver
sell it.
linings. I'm gonna believe that.
But yeah.
What, for row?
But you also found out that the place where this fight was, the battle was known as the Battle of the Twisted Fang. Because a lot of the research into the battlefield and stuff was done in Fjordamore, where you guys basically got to...
I remember this is where I thought it was connected in some
Yeah,
strange
'cause-
way. This is where I started to
Yeah.
think this was
You
going
got-
to be
yeah.
the
Because of the
main
Crimson
plot of the
Fang
campaign.
gang and the Twisted Fang battle,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
You
the
thought it was
Gilded Tankard all over again.
You thought what you thought was it was a massive conspiracy, something to do with the fangs, and actually it was the DM just going, "That sounds cool. Let's use that again."
Pretty much,
It's
yeah.
the Gilded Tankard. It's the Gilded Tankard of names.
No, fuck you.
Ask, is there a Gilded Tankard in Brielle?
No.
For the very reason that he doesn't like it being
You
used again.
specifically are the reason there is not.
You managed to make and kill a franchise in one world already.
Yup.
That's why we'll never go to Picardia. That exact thing. Yeah, sorry. Basically, in Danny's game, in two areas, I think it
You
was,
don't
there were
need to explain
tavern
it.
people. We do, because people would be like, what the hell is that about?
Well, that'll be just lore that people have to find out in other things and have to look into in other games.
No,
Danny may
no,
not.
no, no, no.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Are you ever going to release the info about Moldazora? Because it has cropped up a few times during this campaign, hasn't it?
In terms of the campaign that happened,
No.
probably never. But the the country and like post that campaign, yeah, things will come
It's a-
about.
Well, I hope the country should pop up because we did visit there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we'll
we
get
did.
to that later when it becomes relevant. But in the meantime,
Yeah.
the Multizora campaign will just remain lore that we continue to go on about for 15 minutes in a session rather than play a
It's
game.
law.
It's true. It
Oh
is.
come on! It was an epic campaign with some really cool stuff that went on, and it's not finished yet. So, you know.
It is. No, it is. It is for me.
The campaign is technically
Oh.
finished, but there is gonna like a private session for you guys, like the level 20 stuff. Just a bit of
Wow.
coolness.
Shot.
We can smack Sariel.
For fuck's sake.
Yep.
But yeah,
Wow.
so by the end of
Sorry.
session 2, you'd got into the town of Fjodormore.
We'd spoke
And that-
to the Skjalls.
That I think
believe.
this was at the start of session 3, basically, because we cut it off there. I think
No, because
because there was a lot of in-character talking. That's the thing on the travel. So I think that's what broke it up.
Yeah, we arrived in. We'd arrived in Fjordan by the end of session 2,
Yeah.
and I think we had spoken to the Skjalls. Yes,
No,
because we went back to the cabin.
we started the spider fight the next session, and we'd already got to the.
No, there's a gap, I think, because we went.
No, I
'cause we
think
were in the
Michael's
tavern
right. I
at the
think
end of
Michael's
the
right.
session.
We started the spider fight. The spider fight was the.
I'm actually
start of
pulling
session
up
3.
the. I'm pulling up the.
Pulling up the YouTube channel to find the video.
No, that's literally what
Yeah.
I'm doing. I'm pulling up the
That's
video.
what I'm doing as well.
Because I remember that session because I got really upset after that session because of the fact that Cass had spied on.
Yeah, no, session 3, about halfway
when-
through, was when you guys went to the farm to do the spider fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we hadn't gone to the Skjalls yet. We'd gone back to the tavern. We had some in-character chats and stuff like that. And I think this is when we. Did we go for the exorcism at that point, or was that the session
No,
after?
No,
No,
that's
This is
session
like episode 6.
6.
This is, yeah.
No,
This-
because Matt turned up in that one. That's when Greytail turned
Yeah,
up.
that's
So,
session
yeah,
6.
We did the exorcism at the end of episode 5 and the fight at the start of episode 6.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that time's getting all a bit wibbly wobbly for me. It's all interconnecting.
Yeah.
So we were-
Yeah.
But no, so the start of session 3, you spoke to the Skjalls and got given some work that you could be doing because you guys didn't have anything to really do at that point. There was 3
We're
main
given
jobs.
3.
Yeah, you were given 3 tasks to pick from because essentially the Skjalls were happy to make you kind of like extensions of them and workhorses. There was a creature causing issues in the mines just to the north. In the Isle of Helvetica, which is the small like cut-off island on the right, there was unknown ships that were turning up and didn't know what they were, wanted them checking out. And also, there was some giant spiders that were encroaching on farmland not far from the town, causing farmers to have not a great time of it, so they wanted you to go and fix it. And you were offered, if you did all the jobs, you were offered 860 gold pieces if you did all 3. 500 for the mine, 200 for the farm, and 160 for the boats. Which is not bad. And you, as
I'm sorry, the boats is the worst one out of the 3. That is a real.
Yeah, it was.
yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
were
why we
you,
put it off
the reward was you were given the provisions to get there and 160 gold. Yeah, but all you had to do was go there and just look at the boats and figure it out.
It was 3 weeks of travel.
Yeah.
The labour costs alone wouldn't actually
Oh, yeah.
equate to it.
No, the thing is,
Including
no,
travel
no.
costs.
Your travel costs were going to be covered if you'd have accepted it there, and 160 gold for complete, like for doing it. Because I've got my notes up here. That's what I'm looking at. But the first thing first was the farm. Yay! I hate that farm so much.
Really?
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
really? With what you did to Michael in that
Oh
farm?
no, he hates it because of what we did to him before.
No, it was after.
The revenge for Evan being nearly devoured from the inside by a load of spiders created the birth of the first meme that group meme that we created, which was
Yeah!
Orchid Jew.
Okay, gee.
She's going
Squares and awkward juice. Get it right.
Anyway, Talking about the actual.
Back to the fight.
We'll get to
to the
so
mocking
yeah,
Danny later.
yeah. Fuck you guys.
If anybody wants to know more details, there's a limited edition print that can be done and bought. Just ask Danny
Well-
for further details on that.
Well, the thing is, at this point, if anyone wants more detail, they can actually watch the sessions now on YouTube. So if they
We're still
do,
going to go more in detail in this. What are you saying? We'll catch it later. We are going to talk about it once we talk about the fight.
yeah, okay.
Of course we are.
Well, the
Yeah.
fight was because I'm looking it up here. Actually, it looks a lot more than I remember. It was 8 giant wolf spiders, 3 giant spiders, and an ettercap that had a unique. I'd give it a unique ability.
Because
And-
he thought maybe he could
Yeah, we're
outsmart me.
heads.
Well,
We
no,
realised we
the
were
thing is,
amazing.
I'm sick to the back teeth of you, Michael, knowing everything. So I purposefully add and change shit to stop that as much as I can. Because
I love how the fact is also, you
Yeah.
did that, but I admitted at the very first moment when you put them up, it's like, I've never fought one of those.
yeah,
And then you went,
Mhm.
so I had no idea what their abilities or stats were, and then you go like, let's fuck with him anyway.
yeah. Basically, its ability was you had to make a con save.
He had to grapple you first.
Oh no, yeah,
and
he
then-
grappled you and then spat baby spiders down your throat.
Oh, no, what you said was he shoved his what's the nose thing in it down
yeah.
Evan's throat and pulled him up from the inside out. That's what you said, and it was gross.
Oh yeah,
So,
it was fucking
yeah.
nasty because like when he was unconscious on the floor, like I even give the visual description like spiders crawling out his mouth.
Yeah.
All I can say is eight-legged freaks eat your heart out with this and Evan.
Yeah, but this was where the second fucking pet came because because Cass tried to recruit a
On the
spider.
spider.
I was
Yep.
like,
Yeah, the
Kat
spider.
has things about monsters. She wants to basically turn them into pets. I don't know why, but it happens. So yeah, she will do
Because
it.
that's not so much a cast thing and more of a Rose thing.
Yeah,
No, it's definitely a cat thing. Like I don't care.
but no, literally, you fucking and the worst thing was, it fucking worked. You ended up. What was it?
Steve,
You ended up.
Steve the spider.
Yeah, you ended up straight because you realised it didn't have any intention or will to follow you. It wanted to stay because it was like home and family. But through talking with it through different spells and like using deer as an interpreter at some point,
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
you ended up striking a
just
deal
love
with
that.
it where the farmer fed it some food and it would protect the farm. Well, it's
Can I point out that was the first time that we asked Deer to speak to an animal, and it just kept on responding food at him, and he didn't understand it. I think you were trying to explain things in like very broad circumstances about. Do you understand what working for pay is?
yeah.
Kind
When
of
you're
thing.
trying to explain to a spider that's got an
Yeah.
intelligence score of like 2. You're trying to strike a contract with it, and it's just
Concept of money or payment. Yeah.
it didn't understand what the fuck was going on for most of that.
Oh yeah.
But it worked. It ended
That
up
is
working.
why because this is over the course of the night, isn't it? And
Yeah,
I managed
yeah.
to record it in my watch, brought it back in, and that's when for breakfast we had a variety of meat, oats, breads, and freshly squozen orchid juice.
Oh yeah.
Because I was trying to say it was squoze fresh from the orchard. That's what I was trying to say.
Squeeze. You don't squoze something; it squeezes the actual word.
Yeah, is squoze even a word?
Let's get the freshest squoze and juice.
We've lost it.
Laugh it up, buttercups.
So
I could just hear Rose panting.
If you wish to have the merchandise, there is a picture available. Obviously, just speak to Danny about it. He could put on t-shirts, mouse mats, the works.
I can, but that doesn't mean I want to.
Well,
Yeah, I would.
I would say just
Go
to get
for it.
us away from that, having a little have this thing in the background, a little thing that's just I've just seen and remembered happening This is the first time we got an incident where Theon and his patron had a falling out.
Yes, you're
I
right.
believe this is the point that Theon had asked Cass and mentioned about his stuff and asked Cass for
Oh
help.
yeah, and he
he
basically
lost his
temporarily
powers.
took his powers away.
Yeah.
We were about to go into the big fight against the spiders. Did he try and use his abilities? Like, oh fuck, I can't do anything.
No.
I remember that now because on the way to the farm, you'd ask Cass at that point, like, could you do something? Like, I don't want to be. Was that him feeling a bit sad for murdering those people?
Maybe.
Like,
Yeah.
why did he decide to?
Basically, he had enough at the time. He wanted to get rid of it.
I can't remember. I think there was a catalyst, though, wasn't it? There was something that had happened in the previous session that kind of made you a bit iffy.
Yeah, I think that was the starting point. Then obviously when the fight out came out, just
You're
multiplied.
breaking up, bro.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's right, we can edit it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'd forgot about that.
Yeah.
See, this is why it's good to go back, because it's like, oh shit, yeah, that happened.
I just remember all the stupid things that we did.
Mm.
I mean, I think it was also in that fight where I think I ended up being pinned between the paladins because I went up to try and protect him a little bit.
Yeah, it
'cause
was a cleric
that was-
sandwich.
Evan went down. Evan went down, didn't he? And nearly. Oh my god, he nearly died. I think you were 2 hit points off being killed.
No,
outright.
he actually went down because that Ettercap,
he
when it
went
did the spiders in the mouth thing, knocked him down.
Yeah, but I think it nearly did his max HP.
Oh,
so
yeah, it
nearly-
was close.
No,
It was
it wasn't. I don't think it was an I would have died instantly. I don't think we got to that point. I think it was the fact that Danny decided to try and have the spiders still alive in me
Oh,
and
yeah.
eating me from the inside.
That's
Well,
so
Second one,
damage
everybody
strong
next
with
to
him.
like spiders.
Yeah.
This is very spider heavy.
Oh, yeah, it was. If you got arachnophobia, it was definitely a must skip.
It was making my skin crawl like properly. Ugh.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I'm thinking about it now. I'm pretty sure Evan is the only character that's ever gone down on death saves so far.
No, Deer did. Deer nearly died.
Dear.
in the first-
Okay.
Grey Tail died.
Yeah,
Leon.
but that was
That was
Yeah.
an instant. No, goodbye.
Well, he wasn't
that
killed.
was-
No, but we'll get to that in a minute. But he wasn't killed.
Yeah.
No, Grey Tail was outright dead.
No, she said Theon.
Theon, yeah.
Yeah. But
Well, what's that?
yeah.
I didn't. I'd stopped myself because I realised he didn't die. But no, Deer's gone down. Evan's gone down. I think somebody else has gone down. I think it's because, as a cleric, I am doing my job if I can.
Yeah.
It's only
Definitely
when they.
helps. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also as basically being the party's now only frontline fighter, I am the
Mhm.
one that takes the stupid
Run.
one-hit
I am the
kill.
one who dies.
Well, you're the one who keeps throwing
I
creatures
am
that
the
have
one who
68 damage at us.
I mean, it wasn't that bad.
Oh
It
no.
was.
Yeah.
You
There's a
have,
difference
you have
between doing
nearly
68
Yeah.
and doing 68.
You're on
points of
about the
damage.
fucking Remoraz.
Yeah,
No.
but I'm in that situation. That's what I'm saying about the Remoraz.
Oh.
But we have had a lot of situations where I have gone from full health to none.
Oh no, it's
in a
alright. I
single
thought you were
round
on
of
about the
combat.
fucking Ettercap. I was like 68. No, not at level 2.
No. The Ettercap was
4 D6,
I think that was
remember
2d8 or 2d10.
No, 4d6. It was a lot of d6s.
Oh, is it 4d6?
I think so. I think because there were some of the spiders there were spiders that were small and doing like
The wolf spiders.
not a lot of damage. Then there were the spiders that were doing quite a bit of damage, and then there was that Ettercap running around. There was a lot of enemies. We were very lucky in that
Yeah,
fight.
there was 12 in total because you had 8 wolf spiders, 3 giant spiders, and an Ettercap.
Yeah. I think that's because Stephanie was kind of firing from the back as well. Theon's powers went, which didn't help us, but the paladins were doing their job. I think it was only
Theon
when that
did
Ettercap
get
got
his
to
powers
us that it was a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, they came back.
Partway through the fight, yeah.
Did you have a wound
Yeah.
from that now as well?
Hmm?
Was it that fight where you got the wound? Michael has a wound on his back. I'm trying to
No,
remember.
that's the
That
Remoraz.
was the Remoraz.
Was it?
Yeah.
Sorry, there were like 3 different times that you've gone down so far. And I can't remember which one applies to which.
Yeah. No, it's fine. But
Did you go down with the ghosties?
the what?
The ghosties.
No, that he did as well there, but that's again that's
Ghosts.
later. Yeah,
That's
those are
later.
the 3 fights: spiders, ghosts, Remoras.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after the and because they were pretty much on top of each other, the next day you guys went to the mines. After
Yeah.
to go and look, and you guys started all panicking because it was as you
We
were
did research.
as you were
I remember
speaking
now
to
because
the
I started
guards.
taking people to the library.
Yeah, as you were speaking to miners and guards and stuff, you were given a description of a giant-eyed, spherical, floating creature that had other eyes attached to it. And given the research that Cass was doing, the only information you could find was a beholder. And given you guys were incy-wincy, bitsy, teeny-weeny people, like, yeah, that shit would have fucked you up if it was a beholder. And you started full-on panicking.
Yeah, well, I remember because we went to that pub, didn't we? And I was talking to some of the people in there. I think it was that one.
Yep.
Because that was when Cass gave her first name, I think her full first name to somebody. And afterwards, I freaked out because I didn't actually mean to do that. But
Yeah,
never mind.
you did it
Gave out your full name
to the foreman,
in Elvish
to the
an
elf.
No, his first name. I didn't
Yeah,
give my
no.
own name.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
the-
Full first name in Elvish to an elf.
I didn't say it in Alvish.
You did. You spoke to him in Elvish.
You did.
Did I? I remember speaking to him, but I don't remember specifying that. That's
Yeah.
yeah, never mind. I
The-
messed up. I'm
the-
sorry.
The guy you spoke to was Soratil. He was the foreman who ran and owned the mines. And basically he'd put the job out as a
Yeah.
kind of go in, deal with whatever bullshit they're on about, just get them back working sort of thing. He didn't really give a shit.
Insane. Like this creature with a large eye and a large mouth, like a bull, and then loads of little sticks. And then they drew a picture that looks like, very early days D&D Beholder. So we were quite rightly freaking out. And I remember at this point that we called back home, I think it was. Layla remembered that she had sending stones that she'd had in her backpack
From her
since
mother,
the beginning
yeah.
of the campaign, just not used. Oh yeah, and she already sent a letter a few sessions earlier to her mom. She lost like all her gold,
Yeah.
and that was when Morgan and Blackjack entered the campaign.
Yeah.
Shortly later.
Three
Which-
characters from the Moxora campaign.
Which was the campaign before this one, and basically the parents of Layla.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, when the description was given, Morgan, the powerful wizard she is, was like, "Shit,
No way,
that's
my daughter's fighting that thing.
yeah."
Yeah, that's the beholder.
But to the delight of the parents, when you guys eventually went into the mines, with them expecting to see a big beholder that's going to be a big fight and they was going to have to deal with it wasn't entirely wrong, but technically incorrect, as it wasn't a beholder. It was, as D&D players know, a spectator. A lovely little fellow by the name of Bug.
Don't put on Crystal Rock.
Yeah.
He got his special rock.
Basically, the miners had dug
Oh,
the miners had dug into an underground room that had no windows or doors or anything, that was only accessible via teleportation, and Bug was inside guarding it.
But we hadn't got to the room yet. We were dealing with Bug, and I remember everyone was going absolutely crazy. I think the only people that were remaining quiet and kind of standing ready for this thing to go off were Bug, Evan, and Cass, I think.
And wasn't it
And
Layla
we were
tried to
waiting.
hug it?
Layla tried to hug it and take away his special rock. Oh yeah, I forgot as well. Was it in this fight where Deer tried to use Thunderwave in the cabin?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was,
Everyone
but that was
shouting, "No!"
that was when combat eventually happened. Yeah, he went to cast Thunderwave and everyone freaked out. But no, this poor creature that was very clearly mentally insane.
Oh, yeah.
You tricked it into turning around, and between Varg, Evan, and someone else,
Beyond.
you slayed it in one round of fucking combat. Well, in the surprise round, you butchered this poor creature.
We wouldn't have been
We
calling it a poor
called it
creature if any of us
Mercy.
had died. to
All
it.
Bug wanted to do was please its master that it hadn't seen in a long, long time
We showed it mercy, Danny. We showed it mercy.
by
It was not-
butchering it. And it
What else was we supposed to do?
it spluttered and mumbled special rock as it died.
See, for those who are watching, Danny has this thing where he thinks that we're going to have cute NPCs and we hate them and we murder them. That happens like a lot throughout Danny's games. It happened with what was that fairy dragon's name? The little. Oh my god!
Little bastard. That's all we'll refer to him as.
Yeah, for that.
Yeah.
He's lovely, and we'll get to him later.
He was
No.
not lovely.
He
We
was
do
the
get-
worst.
No.
He was a nightmare, and Danny used him incorrectly.
Well, it doesn't really matter because we're going to show him the exact respect he deserves by just glossing straight over him when we get to that point.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that.
But yeah, you'd found like where the room Bug was guarding was a summoner's room, and it was there was a book in there as well as 2 sconces with everlit torches and a teleportation circle. The book was the ledger of a mage known as Thalus, and there really wasn't much to the room. The walls were blank, the sconces were. There was this book here that basically detailed pushing the limits of Arcana and trying to go further and further with it. But there was
Oh,
no.
I remember what happened in that room now. This is where Cass flicked through the book and found out that they were trying to. Oh my god, it's all connected!
Yeah.
This is where it was like, yeah!
Have you only just realised, as Rose?
Yeah. Really.
Yeah!
Yeah, he says.
Well,
I bring.
I don't sense of it.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
knew that final one.
I've been sowing the seeds of the main plot since episode 4. Technically
Yeah.
3.
I knew it had something to do with it, but I'd forgotten about the fact that it was to do with spell slots, draining energy, extenuating
Yeah.
beyond what you can do each day.
Yeah.
Literally what they're doing now.
Yeah. What they were that journal mentioned about trying to be able to study go to cast spells
Yeah.
at 10th level and above.
Mm-hmm. Up
And there
to
was a
the current known, which is 12. Because I think
Yeah.
in
I mean,
terms of the
they're
old
still fun.
Arcana, 12th level is the canon highest level. And
Yes,
they're on about
but that's
pushing
only
it.
that's only got 1 spell in it anyway.
Yeah. But they're on about basically regaining access to those spells that were locked off.
I thought it was some kind of past guy that died centuries ago, not
It-
that he was currently alive.
Probably was just this back.
No, I think
this,
he's still alive.
The room looked disused and untouched.
It-
Like,
for
and based off
Harry-
what Bug said, it was ages.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but
I mean, then my point still stands. We couldn't have allowed for the guys at the moment, the bad guys at the moment, to get hold of that book if it had actual solid theories.
Oh yeah, you
But
fed
that
it.
is what we
You fed it
thought.
Varg's dog that ate magic
Yeah.
items.
but we did that before we actually decided to find anything plot relevant out of it.
No, you basically opened the cover, read the title, and went, "Nope," destroyed it.
Oh, no, I flipped through.
No, you flicked through, found out that it said how to try and get 10th level and above spell
And you
slots.
yeeted it at the dog.
And you and Varg decided this is too dangerous to allow to exist, and fed it to the dog without heeding the advice of that sounds important. Maybe we should figure out, a few more details.
Okay then, so my point at the time, which I will reiterate again, that is that if we had that on us and it got into the wrong hands, it's the same problem. Like, I don't get this whole kind of thing of, it's like, sometimes Captain can understand Boomer most of the time, because Boomer's like, well, I want to see if I can blow things up. Why are you trying to blow things up in the first place? Just stop it. No. Do you know what I mean? And she's like, kind
No.
of like,
It's fun.
"Stop doing this."
It's really fun. Yeah. If
Yeah.
I was in his position to
It's
blow
fun.
things up, I'd be tempted.
And in that situation,
But you're
with
blowing
that,
things up.
yeah, him
You're
blowing
allowing
stuff up.
things to blow up.
Yeah, he's blowing stuff up because it's fun. I was wanting that because that was valuable tactical information that we could probably need And it was like,
if we're in
no,
the wrong
we-
hands, we're in the exact same situation. We can still
if we
figure it
found
out.
I wasn't saying we keep it around forever. I'm saying we look into it, we find the information, you take a few notes and for cross references. So when we do the whole big scene later where you've got the whole wall covered in papers and string,
Yeah,
as you're
I
finally
know.
putting it together, you'd have had
Yeah.
that little corner that's now going to be empty because you don't have those details.
It happened. I did it, and I think it was also at that point, as soon as Varg realised what it was, it went straight to the dog
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh no,
Yeah.
At that point, I don't think
Varg was doing that. Varg was doing that anyway, but
Yeah.
you were backing him up at the time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you salty about it? No, I get why you're talking
Michael,
But,
yeah.
that was months ago.
I know. I can still be salty about it.
Hell yeah.
That's what this entire exercise is about. It's bringing back those feelings and those moments.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing
Yeah,
is, obviously, doing it as well now with knowledge of episode up to 25 at this point. Having
I
all
can
that
see
knowledge,
there's
you can
a bit of a pattern, though.
you can go back and make connections and links to different things that probably didn't make sense at the time.
I think the other problem that we've got is obviously with some people leaving, I think at the time I thought that this was going to be something else because at that point we'd only just got
Yeah,
into town
no,
and
that
I was
is
doing
fair.
the Fang stuff, and I think
Yeah, you were still thinking about them
Also-
fangs.
yeah, no, I was, and obviously I thought it was something to do with Varg's backstory because his was all about hunting and tracking down
The Great
magic users
Werewolf
or something like
Conspiracy.
that. Yeah, because of the axe, which I think is then what happened when we got back from the mines. I think that's when she used Identify on the axe, and it showed her a vision of slaughtering, essentially.
Yeah.
Slaughtering.
Slaughtering,
That was in Whispers,
but it wasn't.
wasn't it?
It wasn't just any one. It was slaughtering like scholars
Mages.
and mages and stuff.
Yeah, specifically. Yeah, but it appeared like something. So I think this was done in Whispers, wasn't it? I think at the time.
Yes, it was. Basically, it was done from as if it was you doing it and you were holding the axe and stuff, and you didn't.
So
I don't
you
think.
guys-
I don't think you saw the actual killing, but you saw like the aftermath, like stood over all the
Oh
bodies.
no, there was a bit that you specified that where there was an axe that went into the like the back and into the neck, like pretty much like really deep, and then was pulled and yanked out with this large wolf and everything. So that was when Cass freaked out for the first time. This is the first time of many times that Cass has had a
First.
mental breakdown.
Yeah, and that because you did that at the end of episode 4. Because that was when you guys went back to town. You'd cashed in your rewards with the Skjalls for helping restore the farmland and making that prosper and reopening the mines, and also explaining. There was like this weird fucking creature. It was guarding a room.
We've missed something out. I think we have because it was at the end of session 5. There's a bit that's missed out. I think
We haven't
in
done session 5
4 or
yet.
somewhere.
No, this is
Yeah,
all
but
we're
it was at the end of session 5 that because we only did the two kind of like missions around Fiedelmore.
Mm-hmm.
Had the first exorcism and then left. So I swear there's something we're missing.
Oh no, the exorcism's in session 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the exorcism was. This is all over. I remember now. We did training and we went and
Yeah.
to a bath
We went to-
together.
yeah,
I remember now.
we did,
Yeah.
Rest training in the bath. Yeah.
It was a bit of downtime. Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys went to a bath.
Session 5.
You,
Yeah.
you all went to a bathhouse together and stole towels. Didn't a couple of you steal towels as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, we stole towels. I remember.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
But yeah, you had
Well, we
I
tend
think
to
it
do a bit of team bonding.
was like 2 days of downtime or something like that, and it was Cass. You were basically helping Theon with his self-conscience and help. I'm doing a bad.
I am. Help me.
I also remember in that episode that was when Cravala nearly died, and I think I told
Yeah.
her off
Yep, because
massively.
she was sneaking out at night, and you guys didn't know nor have any intention of following her up. And
Well, no,
Varg,
but she was going to deal with criminals.
well, you didn't know until
Yeah,
after.
but the thing is, if I remember correctly, someone did want to challenge it, but Vaughn turned around and was like, just leave her be.
That was the other thing of, yeah, a few of us did want to interact and try and look after her, but Varg at the time
Varg,
had,
not the
Yeah,
man.
and essentially
Yeah.
she'd ran into 3 other people similar age that were into like pickpocketing, doing a bit of break and entry, and something had happened on one of the nights. They'd turned on her and attacked her, and she managed to actually defend herself to the point where she not only lived and took their shit. So, I mean, she was very, very fucking lucky.
Yeah, she nearly, if I remember correctly, she nearly died on the roof.
Uh-huh.
Right outside.
Basically, she was on death saves on the roof, and I rolled them, and she stabilized. So basically,
Yeah.
she was unconscious and slept on the roof all night, and then woke up about.
Noticed something.
Yeah, she woke up about halfway in the night and then crawled into the bed, and basically she was lying in her own blood.
Yeah, because Cass was apologising to Varg,
Yeah.
and she heard something, and Varg was like, "Leave it alone," and she left the room, if I remember right.
Yeah, because what happened was she collapsed on the roof, and that's what made
Yeah.
the thud noise. You both heard it and were kind of like, just leave her to it, because you thought she
Yeah.
was trying to sneak in and got caught. But obviously,
No,
'cause you didn't.
that was it, because she'd landed, the thud was her landing,
Yeah.
and realising, oh shit, there's people in the room, I can't sneak back in. So
Yeah.
she the roof whilst everyone was not looking, then keeled over and proceeded to try and die.
Try not to die.
Yeah, that depends. But I think it was, well, slightly outside of that, while going into session 6, that's where I started trying to basically ignoring everyone else saying, no, it's Varg wants to kill the place. No, she needs someone who's actually going to be responsible and willing to look after her.
I was going to say
and not
because
keep palming the blame.
I was going to say because he was distant doing it, where he was taking control, but by taking control did nothing.
Oh yeah, because all that happened with Travala is just like, oh, she's doing something wrong. Well, she's going to learn that she's fucked up, and I'm just going to... Basically, he was going to sit there and just be disapproving of whatever she did.
Yeah, pretty much. Helicopter
So
parent.
instead of teaching her how to be good or doing
You just told her
anything,
what not to do.
or even not telling her what not to do. It was just,
Silence, stony
You're just
silence.
only silence. If you fuck up and die, well, that's your own problem. And then
Yeah.
whenever she did do something wrong, Cass nagged her about it. And then I had to then just turn around and just go, it's okay, it's calm, I understand, go and do that, but if you're going to do something like that, come and tell us.
Yeah.
If nobody else, if you don't trust any of the others, because I know you don't trust any of the others, we killed the only other members of your family.
Yeah, there is that.
I was the only one who apologised for being involved in that. I was the only one who apologised for that.
Yeah, but at the same point, I get where you're coming from, but you're kind of twisting what went on a little. Not like what actually happened, because you did do that, but the fact that her family attacked her, so we forced in self-defense and killed him. We then had her, and she then committed criminal acts whilst in our care. That was the only reason why people were getting negative towards her, because she basically were like, well, we shouldn't have taken her long to start with the first place.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was bad, but she was doing bad things, so she should get told off. But no one was doing the telling off, so that's why Cass stepped in.
But
So you can't be like all nicey airy-fairy with her, because then it will just get...
Therein lies the problem with the fact of, is she was essentially being dragged around with a chain round her neck to follow us around because she didn't have a say, because we said, you're coming with us. And then anytime she acted out, we smacked her on the nose and said, don't do that.
I was going to say, because
nobody ever said, good job, or taught her how to do something.
It was a weird dynamic, because there was like the feigning of you can go if you want, but also at the same time there kind of was like a you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It was really weird, because like it presented as if she had the choice to leave, but in actuality it was like the complete opposite.
Yeah.
It was fucked.
At that time as well, there was a little bit of a struggle going on within the group, I think. Not between us as players, but between the characters. Yeah, because you had Cass, Evan and Varg, who were all kind of like trying to basically leading different ways, and it was getting a bit complex, I think, at that stage. I don't know if anyone else was feeling the same, but I felt like half the time, I've got to step in and do something here, and then the other times I was being pushed back. So
I
I was
believe
like,
this
okay.
was the first time as well you called everyone to wash their hands.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh
that
yeah,
was
we did day drinking. I remember now. That was the day drinking and the fireworks show.
And you gain, and as well as agreeing to help Theon with his fiend problem, you got a bit more knowledge on, because another group was sent in your stead during your downtime to go and deal with the Isle of Helvetica during you guys being in Fjöldamore. Because I think you'd said to the client at the time, it's not a job we're looking to do.
Yeah.
And
We
they'd
do the
sent
other two.
they sent
We do
another
the
group
other two
out
on that one.
in which that group had gone silent. It had been said, because obviously the reason why they'd got there, because they'd gone
I
missing
don't
in
remember that.
they'd gone missing in Dunvast, yeah. And because
We were
they had the ability to
We hadn't got to
transport.
that point yet. We hadn't gone.
No.
No,
no, we hadn't gone.
No,
They-
this is
they
them.
hadn't
This
gone,
is
but they'd
basically
been
how you
sent.
ended up with the job. Because they'd been
Yeah.
sent because you guys
I
didn't
think-
want to go, and
We had the,
they'd teleported to Dunvast. This group had the ability to, and they'd gone missing in Dunvast and stopped
I don't think
responding.
they've gone missing in Dunvast yet. We
No,
heard
no,
that they had the job, and then they
Yeah,
went
they had-
missing like, the
'Cause-
next session.
Because your guys' job was essentially to go and find the party that was missing.
yeah. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
but that
had-
hadn't happened yet.
No, we'd had that.
You'd been
No,
given
'cause we-
the task.
No, I don't know if we had
No.
been given the task then to go and find them. We'd been like the 3 tasks have been told to us
Mhm.
because it
Yeah.
was like, here's 3 tasks. You can either go deal with the spiders, go and deal with the mines, or go to help out. And the idea of it was meant to be one of the 3. And we turned around to the scales and went, well, what if we did more than one?
It's true.
And we said, we aren't going to go and do. Well, I think we originally said
I
we're
think
going to
we
go and
put
do
it
all
off.
3. We said we were looking into doing all 3, and then during episode 5, we came back after killing Bug and went, it's a bit too far for us to go,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
we turned down the Helvetica job.
and this is where we have, and then I think it's the
Prepping
next.
for the
It was
exorcism.
the next morning with the exorcism. We hadn't found out yet about
But
what had
yeah.
happened in Dunvast for
But
another
what-
session. I don't think.
But what I am gonna do,
It was in exorcisms.
I'm gonna cut the, because I'm gonna stop the recording now.
Yep.
So, TTT, Blunders in the Tundras 1, has covered session 0 and then episodes 1 through 5.
I feel really bad. No one else talked.
No. But so that gets us up to the point right where Greytail gets introduced, which is Matt. So for those watching on,
there's more than that.
No, he doesn't. No, Greytail doesn't come until episode 7.
6.
no, it's
No.
it's this next one because it's during the exorcism. But we'll explain in a sec. So for those watching on YouTube, the next episode will be coming out next week. But we're going to continue talking about it now and getting episode 2 all spick and span because we're cool like that.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, see you guys next week.